Hello everyone, and welcome to another Lou's Redos. I'm in the middle of some major menu writing for a particular reason, or recipe writing I should say, and which I can't really tell you right now, but that's why I've been a little slow on the uploads. This is actually one I just finished. It's a chicken leftover, and I'm going to show you what you do with some leftover chicken. So now in here I have some shredded chicken. This is about 4 cups. I doubled the recipe because I'm sending some to Jess in New Jersey who couldn't be here today.
Nope,
so
you suck, Jess.
Also some fresh asparagus. Again, I doubled it. It's 2 bunches.
And none for the soup bag.
None for the soup bag. And I cut them in pieces, and we're going to add that right to the chicken. We're going to mix it a little bit better. Okay. On top of the chicken, I am going to add some crushed pepper. I am going to use just, I don't know why I didn't have my salt shaker here, but a couple of turns of salt. As everyone knows, I'm a big fan of the pink. To that, I'm going to add, the recipe is 1 cup, I'm going to add 2 cups of shredded mozzarella, because like I said, I doubled the recipe.
Or, you know, a healthy amount of mozzarella.
Yes, a healthy amount. Now you want to give this a good mix, you want to get everything working. A last minute change to the recipe. Those of you that know my site know in the garlic video, which was one of the first ones I did.
It was the first one we ever did.
Okay. I do and I keep this in the fridge all the time. I basically liquefy some garlic in oil. And sometimes I'll just use it, a little squirt on a dish. I have a little bit left. I'm going to have to make more. So I'm going to kind of add that little bit of garlic flavor to this dish. I do not have it in the original recipe. I'm going to have to change that.
You're saying you're going to redo the original recipe?
I'm going to redo the redo. Yes,
I see.
I am. Okay.
You're redoing your own recipes now. What does this world come to?
Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to split some of this because I don't want this in contact with the pasta.
Miss a little bit.
Those of you that know the site know that Jess has celiac, so she can't have any gluten. So I don't want to contaminate that part of it.
Well, she can. She'll just get really sick if she does.
Yeah.
And it's not
no,
fun
we
because
don't want that.
I have to take care of her.
So what I did was I cooked off some shells. It's 1 box of the jumbo shells. There's probably about 30 of them in the box. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to stuff it with some chicken and some asparagus, with all that flavor and the mozzarella and the garlic and the pepper. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue to stuff. Hey, I'm going to do the stuff.
You're going to do some stuff.
The stuff.
With some guy.
Yeah. Which guy? First guy or second guy?
Who?
Who's on first?
Well, what's on second?
Alright, here we go. So you just stuff them. I did cook these shells heavily on the al dente side because they're going to go in the oven. Let me finish stuffing and I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, just taking a moment for a refreshment.
Moment. More than a little bit of a moment.
Continuous moment. Okay. The shells are stuffed.
Stuffed shells,
Stuffed
huh?
shells, duh. Now I'm going to make a sauce. I'm going to make an Alfredo my way. So what we're going to do, turn the heat on, medium. We are going to put I have 2 eggs in here. We're going to drop the eggs in the cream.
And that's no yolk.
That's
Actually, it is just the yolk.
Yolk.
It's no egg whites.
just the yolk. Okay. If you heat the cream first, you have to add the egg slowly so you don't cook it. I find this way is so much easier. Add the egg to the cream cold. Pour it in your pan and they heat up together. Now, as long as you keep the cream moving, you're not going to cook the egg. It's already beat up already in the cream.
Yeah, you really beat the shit out of that egg.
There you go. So, bring the temp up a little bit.
That's another dish, isn't it? With cream and egg with pancetta.
That's carbonara.
Carbonara,
Bacon.
yeah. Pancetta, bacon.
Yeah, the carbonara is basically bacon and eggs over pasta.
With cream.
You know, you don't really have to put the cream.
I've always had it with cream. Cream and peppercorns.
That's my au poivre. I love au poivre.
Well, yeah, me too.
So we're going to keep this moving a little bit. And I am going to add more cream to this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to add the entire quart.
It's a lot of cream.
Well, there's a lot of shells, and then I still need the cream for Jess.
Mm-hmm.
So, we make more.
There's always more.
That's always in this house. Just want to keep this rolling. I'm going to add some black pepper to the cream, and I'm going to add
A healthy amount.
probably about 1/4 cup of grated cheese. Again, whatever you want, guys. No rules. Pecorino Romano. You want to use Parmesan? Use what you like, or what you have in the refrigerator. Either way.
Usually what you have in the
And
fridge is what you
refrigerated.
like.
Right.
So,
That's very true. Or if you're making the recipe and you go into the store and they don't have what you like, you gotta buy something.
something similar.
Yes. Now what will happen, I have the oven set for 350 on preheat. We're going to pop these puppies in after I pour some sauce on. I'm going to sprinkle a little more cheese and mozzarella. Where is my head?
Right
Mozzarella.
on your shoulders, that's where it is.
Some mozzarella on top, put it in the oven, and once I pop them in the oven, we need 20 minutes to a half hour, depending on the oven. We're going to set it at 350. You're looking closer to the half hour. With the egg and the cheese, the sauce is going to get thick. So what I did was, to the quart of heavy cream, I added a little over a cup of milk. This way, once it's in the starch, it's going to get thick. It's going to get thick this way, so I didn't want it overbearing. So I added some milk to kind of cut that down a little bit. This is almost there. Now, what I'm going to do first, as soon as I start getting a couple of bubbles, I'm going to take some out and add it to Jess's. Again, I don't want to take a chance of cross-contamination and the sauce or even the ladle touching the pasta and then going back in. So I'm going to remove her sauce first.
You're a lot more thoughtful than I am.
Now, be nice.
I am nice.
All right. Now, all you got to do for Jess, when you get this to her house, is to cook some gluten-free pasta. You don't have to do shells. You can do any kind of pasta. Just dump the sauce in, and you're good to go.
Yeah, the pasta's going to be hot, so
yeah.
it's hot in here.
Yeah.
Whew. We'll cut that out.
Please.
We'll cut some of this out before it shows you dumping the sauce in.
Okay.
Because this is just filling time right now.
Okay, we're going to add, it's starting to heat up a little bit, and we're going to get a couple of buttons. You do not want to boil this. So,
will it curdle?
well, if you boil it enough, it's going to break. I think we're good there. Oh yeah. Now what I'm going to do,
A little mess never hurt anybody.
yeah. You pour it right over. You want to make sure that it goes in the sauce.
In the shells.
The sauce goes in the shells.
The shells go in the sauce, yeah.
Yeah. I think I should lay off the sauce.
Yeah.
Alright, we are just about there, folks.
What they call grape sauce.
And we're going to do
Just a splash.
just the splash is correct.
A little hot.
Not bad. We're going to sprinkle some cheese on top.
For a little extra flavor, you know.
Yes.
You won't have to add salt to this.
We're going to, please don't add any more. We're going to do a little crushed pepper on top.
And some mozzarella on top of that.
And we're going to do some mozzie.
You know, a healthy amount.
Yes.
Some fresh herbs.
Nice parsley.
And yes, Jess, it's herbs, not herbs.
Herb and I went to school together.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Way back when?
Yeah. Okay. In the oven. See you in a half hour. We're back. It's been 23-24 minutes. I just looked. I'm going to take it out of the oven. Actually, I'm going to take both of them.
You can see him bubbling.
Oh, yeah. This is just... Folks, this is all she wrote.
And this is what you do with leftover chicken. One of the many things you can do with leftover
That's correct.
chicken.
There's more coming, folks. Leftover chicken, fresh asparagus, mozzarella, and an Alfredo sauce.
And shells, obviously.
Actually, today my wife said, "Think you can do that with a pesto sauce?" I said, "Yeah, you could do a pesto cream with this."
Throw some toasted pine nuts on there.
Yeah, so we opted out and we decided to go with the original idea.
Some pancetta. Ooh.
So there you go. Leftover chicken, again, asparagus, mozzarella, mixed up, some pepper, some grated cheese. Pop it in the oven with some cream, and you have a delicious dinner.
Smells
and
delicious.
you utilizing your leftover chicken. Until next time, Jess, don't let them kid you. This is yours.
I'm gonna eat half of it anyway.
On the
so.
way there. Until next time, folks, please like us, share us, subscribe to the channel, so we can keep this going. Any comments, leftoversbylou@gmail.com. I actually got a comment or a question from someone from China.
Really?
Yes.
It's the magic of social media. You can get responses
I was floored.
responses from anywhere in the world.
He had a question on steak, because the steaks there are not as good as here, and he wanted some help. He would love to inject, and he needed some help on what to do and how does he get started. I was floored. From China, and we had to use the translation because he wrote it in Chinese.
Oh, Google Translate?
Oh yeah, it was just wild seeing that. So please, if you have a comment, leftoversbylou@gmail.com. If you have an idea, help me out with some recipes. Be more than happy to take a look, and I'll give you a shout out on the air.
For our Chinese viewers, anyhow.
Until next time, folks, be safe and good cooking.